The High Desert Yardbirds entered the All-Star break riding the momentum of one of their biggest victories of the season, a 9-4 win over Tucson that sends a statement to the Pecos League frontrunners and serves notice on how High Desert will compete the remaining 3 weeks of regular season play. Difference makers in the emphatic triumph come from both newer and newest Yardbirds and season-long playmakers, led by hometown favorite and starting pitcher Cesar Godinez. The youngest Yardbird fulfills the role of giant killer for the second game in a row, having come off a huge win against Bakersfield in his previous start. Cesar Godinez limits Tucson to 3 runs on 5 hits through his 5 2/3 innings of work, his night ending suddenly when the former Sultana and Victor Valley College standout goes down with an elbow-popping injury, horribly remindful of the Dave Dravecky ordeal of August 1989. That San Francisco Giants pitcher suffered a broken bone in his throwing arm when making a pitch. We've heard stories of bloodthirsty bats flying in Arizona caves and caverns, and a bat flying act draws first blood when RBI leader Fernando Garza loses his grip, sending his bat flying into the stands. David Kimbrough scores from second with 1 out in the first. Tucson is denied a second first-inning run when all-star right fielder Shane Brown fires a strike, gunning down Fernando Garza at the plate, Pete Pena applying the tag. This play, a precursor of High Desert's outstanding defensive effort throughout. Blake Butcher to Blaine Swift to Patrick Jones. Yardbirds' defense performs error-free behind Cesar Godinez and the 4 relievers that follow, turning in inning-ending double plays in 2 of the first 4 innings of the Godinez outing. Layers of significance in the outcome, the Yardbirds defeat Tucson ace Clay Miller, the most highly touted hurler in the Pecos League, a 6-game winner with a .204 earned run average. Clay Miller, one of 11 Tucson Pecos League All-Stars. Cesar Godinez contributions. Let me count the ways. Cesar Godinez rips the first pitch he sees from Clay Miller, leading off the 3rd. This is High Desert's first hit of the ball game. Cesar Godinez hustles to 3rd. On the first of 5 Tucson errors, Dominic Zayer's ground ball through the wickets of the Segora's all-star shortstop. Up comes a High Desert hitter who has been hitting rockets of late, Blaine Swift, who doubled to the center field wall the night prior, driving in High Desert's game-tying run in the 5-3 win over Hollywood. Blaine Swift hits it hard again, but right at second baseman Fernando Garza. The throw from Trey Porter, the shortstop's second error on consecutive plays. Cesar Godinez scores High Desert's first run. Not exactly the play skipper Jack Humphrey had hoped for and called for, but exposing Tucson's shaky defense. Certainly a factor the Yardbirds are making note of. Tucson returns to Adelanto for one final game against the Yardbirds. That game, Wednesday, July 19th, one of High Desert's remaining 11 Adelanto Stadium encounters in regular season play. Another blow to the Segora's Achilles heel. All-star catcher Darryl Baca unable to negotiate the pop-up. Pitcher Clay Miller throws wide of first. Not how Shane Sharkey designed reaching base, but given this, he so often seems to be there no matter what it takes to ignite a Yardbirds rally. Shane Sharkey swipes second. He's running on the pitch, but it's ruled a wild pitch, enabling Shane Sharkey to advance and denying the Yardbirds' stolen base leader his 15th. Blake Butcher makes the Segoras pay for their defensive transgressions the hard way. The hard-hit ball to right becomes a stand-up double, driving in Shane Sharkey with High Desert's second run of the game, 7th double, and 12th RBI for the .347 hitting Blake Butcher. For Shane Sharkey, his team-high 47th run scored, and he will score twice more this night. Patrick Jones rips the base hit to left. Blake Butcher gets gunned down on a close play at the plate. Blake Butcher is just getting his legs back under him after a severe bout with misdiagnosed strep, an ordeal that landed him in the ER and forced him out of 3 games during this homestand. Hot hitting, Peter Pena slaps the base hit through the middle. Patrick Jones to second, first of 2 hits this game for the 6'5" catcher. And this brings up Cesar Godinez, whose crowd response from hometown family and friends defines home field advantage. Sends mariachi music to walk up to this time for inexplicable reasons. Cesar Godinez loads the bases, unloading his second straight hit of the game. Patrick Jones to third, Pete Pena to second. The 21-year-old Cesar Godinez is a better-than-average hitting pitcher, a .286 batting average on the year. Dominic Zayer's deep fly ball to center fielder counterpart Bernal Daly enables Patrick Jones to score Yardbirds run number 3. The integral part these two have played this season must not be overlooked. Patrick Jones, so steady in a utility role, he's playing first base tonight, a 30-30 player, 30 runs scored, 30 RBIs. Dominic Zayer hitting 11 points higher than the Tucson All-Star center fielder. Dominic Zayer, .331 hitter and superior defender. You see one of his outstanding defensive plays later in this highlight reel. Cesar Godinez seems to throw stronger as the night progresses, challenging the Seguras throughout, striking out 5. The Yardbirds add a run in the 5th on Blake Butcher's second double of the night. Shane Sharkey scoring from first with his second run scored of the ball game. 4-1 High Desert, end of 5. Even Tucson's scoring plays come at the expense of outstanding defensive plays. Center fielder Dominic Zayer tracks down the bases-loaded blast in straightaway center with a brilliant catch, limiting Tucson to a single run in what could otherwise have been a 3-run shot. As it turns out, this is the Seguras' final run of the night, tying the score at 4 in the 7th. A.J. Epstein is the third Yardbirds pitcher of the night. The former Barstow College Viking emerges the winning pitcher, reaping the benefits of the Yardbirds' 5-run uprising in the 7th. While High Desert plays error-free ball, an Achilles tendon in the Tucson scheme of things is exposed as the Seguras commit 5 errors, resulting in 6 of the Yardbirds' 9 runs being unearned. This Seguras miscue on their inability to defend Blaine Swift's excellent bunt leading off the 7th. Blaine Swift steals second, the 23-year-old Georgian's 12th stolen base of the year. Pecos League leading hitter Shane Brown singles Blaine Swift to third. Shane Brown hitting an unbelievable .423, 60 base hits on the year, 2 more than Tucson hits leaders Fernando Garza and Thomas McKenna. The Yardbirds go ahead on yet another Tucson error, Blaine Swift scoring from third on the misplayed attempt to turn a double play. Shane Sharkey, big-time blow in the breaking it open 7th. Dylan Kester, who has run for Shane Brown, scoring from second. Dylan Kester, Pecos League All-Star, .311 hitter, second on the Yardbirds in games played, 45 of the team's 46. When Bruce Bochy managed the 1991 champion High Desert Mavericks, he told me he thinks the biggest hit in baseball is a base hit with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Pete Pena delivers one such biggest hit, doubling in Shane Sharkey and Donald Glover to make it 7-4. Pete Pena, current High Desert catcher, standing an inch taller than Bruce Bochy's 6'4", 7 RBIs in his first 3 games a Yardbird. Dominic Zayer beats out the infield hit to load the bases. Peter Pena to third, setting the stage for one more clutch Blaine Swift base hit. Blaine Swift had led off this inning with the infield hit on the bunt. Blaine Swift sends another of the biggest hits in baseball through the left side, scoring Peter Pena, and High Desert is effectively putting the ball game away against the Pecos League leading Seguras. Zach Williams slams the door on the Seguras, striking out the side in the 9th. The final, High Desert Yardbirds, the convincing 9-4 victory over the Tucson Seguras.
I'm usually the back end of the bullpen, usually the 8th, 9th inning closer. Usually my role.
How did Zach Williams wind up becoming a high desert Yardbird?
So for high school, I played at Valencia High School in Placentia, California, in Orange County, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from here. After that, my first 2 years of college, I was actually at UC Davis. So I played in the Big West D1 conference. And then after those 2 years, I transferred down to Cal Poly Pomona and finished out my college career there.
Zach, what has been the biggest difference, and what could you tell the youngsters, especially high school ball onto college ball, the transition? What's the biggest change onto pro ball? How does it change as far with you as a pitcher?
Honestly, with me as a pitcher, between pro ball and high school ball, it's really about self-motivation, keeping yourself motivated. Usually in high school, you have the coach there all the time, like pretty much carrying you along the way. And here in like pro ball, college ball, it's really about the work you put in off the field away from everybody else that makes the biggest difference, and just being self-motivated and working hard.
I-15 Auctions, sold on supporting high desert sports. I-15 Auctions, from estate auctions to high-quality used vehicles at low, low prices.